During the most trying times come some of the most amazing examples of human caring. There's so many stories of Suncoast hurricane heroes, people who stepped up to help virtual strangers in their time of need. Now, two of those people are here today to tell us their story. Welcome Barry Dunn, the principal of Tatum Ridge Elementary, and Stephen Covert, the principal of Pine View School. All right, guys, we've heard some great things. So set the stage for us. Tell us what happened at Tatum Ridge.
Well, we were what they call a PSN shelter, which is persons with special needs. And so everybody checking into our shelter had some sort of medical need, many on oxygen tanks that needed to be plugged in. You know, we sort of planned for a certain number, but as I said to someone earlier today, we don't have Travelocity. We don't know how many people are going to show up. We ended up with over 900 people in our building, including that was you know, our family, you know, family members of other staff that were working the shelter, but mostly our special needs patients. And we just had a late night emergency when our generator blew.
I was going to say, because you guys lost power.
We did. We lost power the first time at 4 o'clock, and the generator blew, or the generator kicked on, and at 8 o'clock it went out. And at that point, we had some problems.
Oh, well, yes. You know, kind of describe those problems, because you're saying people were on oxygen. They need electricity for that. Is that right?
The individuals with special needs, some of them were elderly, some disabled, some on oxygen concentrators, some on liquid oxygen. We had those tanks as well. But they all were people with special needs.
So this is life or death when there's no power. This is as bad as it gets.
Some had less than 1 hour of oxygen left. And in the height of the emergency, we literally pulled together. You mentioned heroes. We're not heroes, but we worked with a lot of heroes that night.
Speaking of heroes, your custodial staff, tell me what them and the school bus drivers did.
Kurt Weaver, he deserves some sort of medal.
He does.
Tell us what he did.
He and 3 other gentlemen, 2 were school board folks, and 2 were just volunteers. That my assistant principal's husband, he's an electrician, had some knowledge of generators. There he is in that picture with the headlight and the hat on backwards. We had another gentleman who was there with his wife, who's a school board employee, and they just jumped in, and literally in the height of the storm, they ran out to our generator, which is housed about 50 yards behind the school, into the elements to troubleshoot the generator. They were able to resuscitate it a couple times, but at one point they looked at me and said, 3 belts have blown. We have 1 belt left. It's not going to make it through the night. We've got to figure things out. And that's when I'll let Dr. Covert tell how the hero stepped up with personal generators.
When the power began to fail and there was 1 belt left, the whole building was dark. These are individuals with special needs. The PA system, obviously, with no power, the PA system wouldn't work.
So the elevator's not working.
Elevator's not working. We have people in cots and wheelchair-bound individuals. So Sergeant Carrillo with the Sarasota Sheriff's Department, Lieutenant Earhart, both of their staffs came together with school personnel, the Sarasota Health Department, just amazing folks providing care. We came up with a plan to begin bringing those individuals down one by one by hand. The most needy, immediate needs for oxygen were brought to the cafeteria. And
so you're carrying people at this point.
Carrying people down the stairs.
Yes. First responders had to stage at our school for post-storm. They came in when the winds hit 45, had to sleep in our building, and we actually woke them up and said, we need your help. We need your help now. And people were offering up personal generators. We plugged them out front. Our soccer field, I would have never known this. I don't know a thing about generators, but our soccer field has lights that light up at night, and there are a couple of them that have generators built into the bottom. And the county workers that were there to go clean trees up the next day said, I can go get those for you. Do you have a key for the gate? I'm like, absolutely not. He goes, can I break through? I'm like, absolutely.
So they broke a hole in the fence to get
They broke through the fence.
Irma
hit the fence.
Irma hit that fence.
Okay, right. That's the story we're going to stick with.
That's right. That's our story.
We'll tell FEMA.
There's a pretty cool video out that's being kicked around. Actually, the Sheriff's Department put a video out that's got a video of one of the guys had a GoPro on his head, and he's in that bulldozer. They break the fence. They get the 2 generators. They bring them to the front. We're bringing people in, hooking them up. We're hearing beeps all over the room. That meant they're overloading a circuit, so we've got to figure out how many can go on each power strip.
And meanwhile, people are depending on you to breathe.
Absolutely.
Correct. And the lights are off, so one of our assistant principals, Patty Felino, thought of the idea. Everywhere there's going to be a power source, I'm going to put a flashlight down. When they bring people in, roll them to a flashlight. So just the amount of problem solving that went on, the two of us happened to be in charge, but I cannot take 1 ounce of credit for what really went down.
That's amazing. And how do you guys feel now that, you know, everything's back? How do you feel about the experience?
I'm pretty humbled. You know, typically, our daily operations include skin knees and maybe a broken bone every now and then, and you know, teaching kids how to read and how to do math. We save lives, and that really was, you know, to be in that moment and be able to do that, it humbles me.
It does. The sense of collaboration, different agencies that normally we don't work together.
Yeah.
But Ed McCrane with Sarasota Emergency Management, the health department, the sheriff, the fire and rescue folks.
Even your volunteers.
We had volunteers that were spouses of teachers and just everybody coming out. You know, my nephew, my sister were there digging in the garbage, helping us keep garbage compact during dinner time and things that just anybody and everybody saying, how can we help?
How are the patients? Are they okay?
Everybody is fine. And one of the things that I said before to somebody else was that it remained very calm. Everybody, they trusted us. They were calm. We had a gentleman that jumped up on the piano. He was probably in his 80s, and he started playing with the sing-along. He was playing "You Are My Sunshine," and people were singing along and dancing. So they were happy, they were calm, they trusted us.
And most importantly, they were safe thanks to you and everybody working
together. They are alive today because
That's exactly
of you.
right.
I can only imagine when you saw that 1 hour left of oxygen, you know, that emotion. So great job. Thank you guys for what you did for the community and for all the people that helped you get it accomplished. Thank you also.
Yes.
Next, Marcia is going to tell us how we can help pets who've been affected by the storm. We'll be right back.